Coming up on Varsity Sports Now, the hometown team shined brightest at last weekend's North Dakota State Track and Field meet. We'll look back on the latest titles for the Bismarck boys and Century girls.
Will Sioux Falls schools find the same kind of success this weekend? Alex Heinert will let us know what to expect out of this year's state meet at Howard Wood Field.
Good pitching proved priceless at South Dakota State High School baseball tournaments over the weekend. We've got the highlights and post-game reactions from both championship venues. It's all just ahead on Varsity Sports Now. And how is everybody doing? I'm Jay Elson, joined as always by Jason and Darrow, talking a little state baseball. Get to that in a little bit. We start, though, with state track and field. North Dakota's best were in action last weekend.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year, crowning champions in track on the baseball field. But as you said, we'll get started with track.
And Alex Heinert joins us now with some of those highlights.
Thanks, guys. Well, it was a great weekend in Bismarck at the 111th running of the North Dakota High School State Track and Field Meet. Lots of great performances and record-breaking marks across classes. So let's get right to the highlights, starting with the Class A boys. Fans of the Bismarck Community Bowl were treated to beautiful weather for track and field all weekend long. First race of the day Saturday, the 300-meter hurdles, and that's Daniel Asa of West Fargo in the lead. A strong late charge comes from Tom Cease of Bismarck there in lane 5, but it's Asa holding on for the win, a time of 38.75 seconds for the Packers. On to the 3,200-meter run now, and this race belonged to Bismarck's Matt Goda. The senior Demon would run a 9:15.42, over 10 seconds better than his closest competition, to take his third title of the weekend after winning the mile and anchoring Bismarck's 4x800-meter relay team on day one. Full details on the Demon dominance coming up in a moment, but let's now go to the 110-meter hurdles. That Century Zach sweep in lane 3 out in front early. But look at that closing speed here by Grand Forks Red River's Ryan Enerson. He wins the final in a time of 14:81, just ahead of the field, and he can hardly believe it himself. The big star of the weekend, though, Landon Yoakum of Bismarck Century. It was a full Saturday afternoon for the Patriots senior, starting with the finals of the 100 meters. This isn't Yoakum's specialty by any means, but the NDSU recruit throws down a 10.89 to take the win. Cat scratches on the side of his face and all. Fast forward a half hour to the next race on the track, the Open 400. Yoakum was a runner-up in this event in 2013, but he's taking second to nobody this year. He already set a North Dakota state record in this race earlier this spring at 47.78. He would run just over that at 47.84. Still good enough for the title and a new state meet record. Plus, his Century teammate Jacob Richter takes second to complete the 1-2 finish for the Pats. Next up, how about the Open 200? Yoakum would take the victory here as well. A new meet record time of 21.58 seconds. He would also anchor the Patriots to a win, a new meet record in the 4x4 as well. That's 4 races, 4 gold medals, 3 meet records for Landon Yoakum. Incredible stuff. Here's a look now at the other top performers in Class A. Dylan Werner of Bismarck takes the 800 meters in a time of 1:56.29, just ahead of Demon teammate Preston LaRue by 0.4 of a second. Great race there. Jay Liggins for the Demons would also win the triple jump by 2 feet, 46 feet 5.5 inches. That's a new Community Bowl stadium record. Another bowl record setter, the Demons' John Theraldson. He wins the shot put for the second year in a row. A new personal best mark of 63 feet 4 inches. That's 10 feet better than second place. Theraldson would take second in the discus behind Bismarck teammate Stanley Jones. Here now the team standings for Class A. To no one's surprise, the title is staying at Bismarck High. An incredible weekend for the Demons, who dominated the distance events and the throws to claim their 11th straight track and field championship. Century finishes 92 points back in second place, but still a strong weekend for the Patriots behind Landon Yoakum's record-setting performance. So Bismarck wins again on the boys' side. Would the Century girls do the same? Here's how things went down for the Patriots and the rest of Class A. Let's start in the field with the discus. Here's Minot's Mackenzie Gleason firing off a toss of 119 feet 6 inches. Great throw there. But here's her Magjet teammate Jessica Drady, tossing it 124.9. Good enough to win the title. Gleason would take second. You can see what it means to that pair of teammates. To the track now, in the 300-meter hurdles, Michaela Orr of Jamestown was the favorite coming in, and she would live up to expectations, winning this race in a time of 44.12 seconds. Later on in the 100-meter hurdles, it's Orr in front again, but look at Mandan's Chelsea Peterson finishing strong. Orr would just get the lean in the photo finish by 1/100th of a second for her second title of the weekend. To the sprints now, we knew coming in that the 100 and 200 would be tight races, and they lived up to that hype. That's Century's Miranda Merkel in lane 5, Grand Forks Red River's Ashley Roan on her right in lane 6. Close race throughout, but Merkel gets the nod in the end, a time of 12.06 seconds. Merkel and Roan would duel again in the 200, and again, there would be little to separate these two until the very end. Merkel would just get the edge again by 17 hundredths this time, her winning time clocked at 24.97. The Patriots would place 3, by the way, in the top 8 in both of these sprint races. Open 400 now, and after 2 close second-place finishes, Ashley Roan would get herself on top of the podium. A great run of 57.04 in this her best event, just ahead of Bismarck's Morgan Miller. A great weekend for Roan, who, by the way, just a junior for GFRR. Speaking of great weekends, few had better than Bismarck's Brittany Brownotter. The senior was the 2-time defending 3,200-meter champ, and she would take title number 3 in style, winning the crown this year in a time of 10:53.33, 17 seconds better than second place. The UMary recruit would also capture gold medals in the 800, the 1600, and as the anchor leg on the Demons 4x800-meter relay team. A great weekend for her. Other outstanding performers in Class A from the weekend included Century's Lauren Geitzen, who set a new state meet record for all classes in the pole vault by clearing 12 feet 5 inches, an improvement of nearly 2 feet from her mark at state in 2013. Plus, her younger sister Morgan finished second to cap off a great weekend for the Geitzen family. Hannah Arison of Grand Forks Red River won a pair of events that usually don't go together, taking gold in the high jump and successfully defending her javelin crown this weekend. Watch out for her, by the way, in the pentathlon in a couple of years. Now about Century's throwers. They surprisingly didn't win any of the 3 throwing events, but they did place 5 of the top 6 in the shot behind West Fargo's Keely Walker. They placed 4 of the top 7 in the discus, and they took 3rd in the javelin. Of that group of 7 Patriot medalists, only Kelsey Hall and Cassidy Lee are seniors, so watch out for this group again in 2015. Full team standings for the Class A girls, and on the strength of that throwing contingent and Miranda Merkel and company in the sprints, the Patriots win their 4th straight track and field crown. Bismarck would take 3 of the 4 relays and dominate the long distance events, but they finished second behind Century for the 3rd straight year. When we come back here on Varsity Sports Now, more from the North Dakota State Track and Field meet, including full highlights from the Class B ranks.
Varsity Sports Now, presented by Shields.